Alright, this is Mr. Glue coming at you again. Boy, we're putting out some major videos out for you now. So cool. I just wanted to come back and we're going to do something a little different. And you know when I say that, it's usually something a little different, right? So I got a new patient that I'm taking care of. And I call him Shorty because he's, you know, his name fits him. And we'll call him Shorty. Anyways, so he asked me to teach him how to make some medicinal hash. So I decided to have him over and hash it out with him. So here we go. One of the things that we're going to do today is we're actually going to make some bubble hash. Now a lot of you are familiar with how to make it, but some of you are not. So that's why I'm doing this. That's why I always do this, because I want people to learn stuff that they may not have access to. And yeah, sure, there's YouTube, and I'm not gonna do it any different. Now, for you professionals out there, I'm sure I'm gonna get a lot of opinions about how to do it. Well, everybody does it a different way. Now, this is the way I am going to teach this young man how to do it. All right, so I mean, let's do it. Okay, so first of all, one of the first things I'm gonna do is bring him on. Shorty, why don't you come on over here, Shorty? Come on. All right. What's up, Shorty? How you doing?
What's up?
What's going on? All right. Good. So you ready to learn how to do this?
Yes, sir, I am.
Cool. All right.
Get started.
Okay. So the first thing we're gonna do is, of course, get our bags together. Now, as you may or may not know, these bags come numbered in different numbers, which is the different sizes of the microns in the, you know, which are the little holes in the bottom of the bag where the water goes through and it catches the trichromes in. Now, in this particular case, we're using a 4-bag system. There's 8-bag systems out there that cost, you know, right around $300 to $350, you know, for a whole 8-bag system. But this one was a little bit more on a budget. What am I always saying? I'm always saying on a budget. All right. So it's a 4-bag system. Now, what we're gonna do is you'll see that because I'm not, for some reason, I don't know what it is, I forget what order they go in. So I number mine. That way, well, there's a number on this one too. That way I don't have a problem. Now what I want you to do is go ahead and just put it over on top. Could you put that pipe down for a second, man? Alright, go ahead and put that over the bucket. Okay, then stick this next one in that one. And this one. Alright, now this one right here is the work bag. Now we're doing a 1-bucket system, so we're going to do everything in this 1 bucket right here. So go ahead and put this over the top. Alrighty. Okay, so what we're gonna do in this case, if you want to hand me that bowl right there.
There you are.
What we usually do, most of the time, what ends up happening is you trim your crop and the leaves and everything that are left over. A lot of people call it a lot of things like candy, whatever, you know. The leaves closest to the bud are usually pretty frosty, right? So what usually, in most cases, a lot of people will use that to do their hash because, you know, it's high in the trichomes. Well, I do mine a little differently. I don't expect everybody to do this, but we're actually using real bud. All right, we got about a pound of bud right here. Well, we will have about a pound of bud, and we're gonna make this all into hash today. So one of the first things I need you to do is why don't you break out some ice and get that ready, start breaking that up. So we'll do that. And I'll start sprinkling a few buds on the bottom right here. And we're talking, I'm not kidding, I'm saying buds. I'm not playing around. Okay, when I throw a few buds in there, you'll just grab that, crash it on the floor. Yeah. It's like you pick up your baby or something. Just throw it down on the floor. Alright, there you go. Alright, now throw some ice in there. You're gonna need to fill a pitcher of water too. So what he's gonna do right now, he's gonna start putting some ice in there. And that's cool right there. That's cool right there. Alright, and then throw some water in there. And then we'll come back, we're gonna put some water in there, and then we'll come back in a second where we're gonna actually start doing the process. So as we're doing that, I'm gonna be putting more bud in there, more ice, more water, and get that ready, and we'll get to the next process. So we'll be right back. Now, the one thing about doing this, everybody says has a different amount of time to do this for. Personally, myself, I don't do this for more than 7 to 8, 5 to 7 to 8 minutes, 10 minutes at the most. Because I find if you go too long, then you're just breaking it up and you're actually just getting green matter in your product. And you don't want to do that. The same thing goes when you're using the drill with the little paint stirrer thingy at the bottom. Well, if you do it too long, that's exactly what's going to happen, and it's going to happen in a much faster amount of time because that thing's going so fast. You're going to get a lot of green matter in your product if you go too long. That's why by hand, I recommend 7 to 8 to 10 minutes max. With grill, I know it's going to sound crazy, and I'm probably going to get some crazy comments on this. I would say no more than 5 minutes, 7 minutes, 8 minutes tops with a grill. But that's me, alright? I already want to send out this disclaimer. That's me. That's how I do it. And that's how I get my nights to do it bubbly. Alright? So we'll check it out in a minute, and we're going to show you what the next process is. Alright, Shorty. What we're going to do now is we're going to actually pull this out. Now, you'll see that all the bud has been broken up pretty damn good. It's no longer bud anymore. It's pretty mushy. And what we're going to do is actually pull the work bag out first. And we got to let the work bag drain really good because it's still flushing out some of those trichromes that are in there. What I like to do personally is shake it up a little bit just because I'm a digger, man. I want to get every bit of it I can out of there. So you just, do your thing, let that sucker drain out. Because believe it or not, you see the color of the water? You see the color of the water's green? It's got a green tinge to it. Well, that's all floating trichromes in there and stuff. So it's actually golden, so that's actually a good sign. Greenish gold, I love that. Green gold. Texas tea, California tea. So they rolled up their car and rode to Northern California. There we go. So we're getting that. I want you to grab this, just put this inside the sink for right now, let that drain for a minute. I'm going to show you how to do this first one, and basically you'll get the idea of what I'm talking about. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lift this up, and I'm going to start letting it drain, and you'll see there'll be a little something at the bottom as we're going here. See now, I'm lifting it up, it's out of the water. You see that dust looking stuff? You see how it's turning brown right there?
Yeah.
Look at that. Now it's getting a little messy. Getting a little messy. And you see all the foam. That usually does happen. Alrighty. So through that, I don't know if you could see it, but through that foam on the bottom is a little brown little thingy. Brown little bunch of, looks like mud. What I need you to do is get me a spoon. and we're gonna scoop that right up. Okay, so this is how I do it. What I do is I actually cup the bottom of the bag, and you see at the bottom, you see the brown stuff all the way at the bottom right there?
Mm-hmm.
I cup that and I pull the bag over. And then I grab it. Ta-da! Alrighty, and you'll see there's pretty good little spoonful out of this stuff. Alright. And then put that over on top of the counter. That's usually the okay stuff, not the great stuff. Okay, so what you're gonna do now is you're gonna pull out the second one. Alright, and I'll easily do it. Bring it up, and give it a little shake. Because you don't want to shift, rock it too much because you don't want the foam. But you do eventually want the out of the water. So pull it up, pull it up, pull it up. Alright. See, now you just pulled it out of the water. Now pull it up a little bit more. You hear it draining? Mm-hmm. Alright. And you see the color of the water?
Yep.
Looks like there might be a little bit in there. So what I do is kind of shift it a little bit, get that water. Just don't let it splash around too much. You just want to shift it over, because sometimes there's so many trichromes in there. Sometimes that it'll clog up the thing. So it just makes it for slow draining. So I kind of move it a little bit. Just all right, then I guess I didn't tell you that. Jeez. All right, we're doing good. Look, see the little lump of stuff we got in there? Much better than the last bag. That always happens. And the last bag, the first bag that we did, will usually catch all the green matter and stuff, and it's usually garbage stuff. That's usually things I give to friends I don't like. So again, I cup the bottom. See, I'm grabbing the bottom right here, look, this thing itself. And then I'll flip the bag over. Now you see it still has shit all over the place. I'm trying not to get it anywhere else, but look at that. Oh my gosh, look at this. Ooh, look at the color. Look at that blonde color. It looks beautiful. I'm gonna stick that, put that over here. Wow, that's a big old lump. And then, whoa, we're gonna scrape the bag. Get as much of this goodness off of there as we can. Because look at this. Look at this, look at this. There's still a lot left on here. Look at this. And look at, you drained this for a good long time, so it's almost kind of gonna dry a lot faster. Now it does take about, I like to go about 12 to 18 hours, sometimes 24 hours, and let this thing dry out really good, if possible. Because there's nothing like a good, when it's ready, oh my gosh, it's so delicious. Look at that, all that was hanging around in the bag. And it's all about patience. It's patience. This is a process. Just gotta take your time. Oh man, is that for you? Oh my goodness, look at that beautiful color. Oh my gosh, that is gorgeous. Beautiful. All right, let's go to the next bag. Same thing with the last bag. Okay, so he's finishing up the last bag right now. So basically, it's probably not going to be much more than this right here. So this is the finished product. This little gooey, creamy stuff, this is what we're shooting for. And so that was the second bag. The first bag, of course, is usually the green matter and stuff. So that's really not very good. That's like something you give somebody at Christmas time that you don't like. You say, here you go, here's some hash. And they'll thank you for it. Okay, now, these two are the same bag, so I'm going to combine these two. Probably get quite a bit hash out of that. It's going to be one big giant hash bar.